The photo came at 11:06 a.m. Her face was lit by sunlight, the sea glimmering behind her. His arm draped across her shoulders like he'd earned it. The caption beneath read, "Finally happy." It was our anniversary. I stared at it for a full minute before the tremor stopped in my hand. Then I smiled, small, deliberate, and forwarded the message to myself. Evidence is best kept clean. No calls, no confrontation, just one quiet action. I logged into the airline portal, found her return flight, and canceled it. Her seat evaporated into the system like she had never been there. For the first time in years, I felt calm. A week later, the phone rang. A clipped, cold voice on the other end. "Mr. Hale? This is the U.S. Embassy. Your wife is seeking asylum." A pause. Paper rustling. She's not alone. The man she's with, his father just landed. My breath didn't hitch. My pulse didn't rise. I simply said, "Understood," and hung up. Then I sat back and smiled again, because I finally realized what I had married. She used to talk about freedom, about feeling trapped. At first, I thought she meant the house, the city, the routine. But freedom to her meant someone else. I replayed the last 6 months in my head like a slow-moving crime scene. The sudden late-night calls, the new perfume she said was from her sister, the business trip that lasted 1 day too long. I had asked once, gently, "Are you happy?" She smiled without looking up. Of course. Her tone was too flat, too rehearsed. Now, looking at that photo, I could see it clearly. Every lie she'd told, stitched together like a wedding veil. She hadn't just left. She'd planned it. And the man beside her? He wasn't just anyone. He was the same ex she swore had ruined her life, the one she'd cried about in our first year of marriage, the one whose name she couldn't say without shaking. Apparently, the shaking stopped. I began collecting fragments, quietly. Emails, bank transfers, old messages from her cloud backups. She thought deleting meant erasing. She never learned that deletion is only a suggestion. I found hotel receipts under his name, flight bookings in alternate accounts, a private chat titled Project Dawn. She was building a new identity, with him. New passports, a safe house address in Dubrovnik. Every move funded by the money she siphoned from our joint account. I didn't confront her, not yet. I wanted to see how far she'd go before realizing I was watching. The embassy's call confirmed what I already suspected. This wasn't romance, it was strategy. Her lover's father was a diplomat. She was aligning herself with power. And me? I was the collateral she needed to shed. So I stayed quiet. I made calls, discreet ones. You'd be surprised how easily digital identities collapse when their foundations were built on fraud. By the time her asylum papers processed, every trace of her new life was compromised. The truth didn't arrive as shock, it arrived as confirmation. Her application file was leaked, photos, witness statements, her confession letter. She told them she feared for her life, that I was dangerous, manipulative, abusive. That was her exit plan, turn me into a monster so she could be the victim. But here's the flaw in liars. They never expect precision. I sent the embassy her transfer receipts, voice messages, and a statement from her own bank officer. All time-stamped, all verified. Within 48 hours, her claim was suspended. The diplomat's son, her savior, was questioned for fraud. And her new beginning became a criminal investigation. That night, she called me. Her voice was low, trembling. "You destroyed me." I listened to her breathing, the quiet panic beneath her composure. Then I said, "No. I just erased the version of you that never existed." She returned 3 days later, escorted by officials, not arrested, yet, but stripped of her safety net. I met her at the terminal. No emotion, no words. She looked smaller somehow, not broken, just exposed. We sat in silence in the car until she whispered, You could have forgiven me. I turned to her. Forgiveness is for mistakes. You made investments. Her eyes filled, but I didn't believe a single tear. She tried to reach for my hand. I shifted, just out of reach. Then I told her the final truth, the one I'd saved for last. Before you left, I moved everything into my name. The house, the accounts, even the passport renewal you never checked. You don't exist here anymore. Her lips parted. No sound. I opened her door, leaned in close, and said, "Welcome home." The next morning, she was gone. No note, no message, just silence. I didn't report it, didn't care where she ran. The world is small when you've already burned your bridges. Sometimes I think about the man she left with, the diplomat's son. I imagine him realizing what kind of woman he inherited. But mostly, I don't think about her at all. Because revenge isn't about destruction, it's about restoration. And as I sit here, watching the sun crawl over the horizon, I feel something unfamiliar. Not happiness, not peace, just order. The kind that comes after the storm, when everything false is finally quiet.